All right, it's time for a Pod Bible podcast, and today I am joined by four lovely aunties. We have Auntie Farrah, Auntie AK, Auntie Sade, and Auntie Nana. Hello, how are you guys?
Hello.
Fine, hi.
This is amazing. I think this is the most people we've done that we've had on the Pod Bible podcast at any one point.
Oh,
So this
wow.
could be chaos.
We're on it.
Yeah, but I think it will be good. I'll try to direct questions to you individually so we don't get too much overlap, but feel free to chip in as we go. But I wanted to start off with AK. I think I'm going to ask you, how do you guys know each other first? How did you guys meet? What's the background to this podcast?
Oh gosh. So in a nutshell, Auntie Farah and I go way, way, way back. We went to college together and we became lifelong friends from then.
Right.
Auntie Nana, we became friends through when Facebook was a thing and Facebook groups were rampant and everyone was in full debate mode. For some
Yeah.
reason, we clicked through that. And then Auntie Sade has been like a constant in my background life. I don't know, we can't quite pinpoint when we discovered each other, but we definitely clicked at a mutual person's birthday, and we kind of reconnected and became great friends after that.
Right. Okay, cool. And Sade, how did you end up deciding that you needed to do a podcast together?
So Auntie AK asked me, basically. So I talk a lot in general, and I've been on several different podcasts. So I like to think that she saw my talent and was just like, I have to have her in the show.
Okay, so AK, was your idea? You thought, I'm going to do a pod, and these are the women I'd like to do it with.
Yeah, basically, I think what it was, I work in media anyway, so, and it's just an extension of, podcasts were becoming more prolific, and I thought, what's missing from this podcast landscape are the voices of mature black women, and specifically the auntie voice, because we have mums represented, dads represented, but not the auntie, and I do think, especially in the world that we grew up in, the black community at large, the auntie is a very important figure in the family, and all of us significantly have dependents who look up to us as really cool, wise aunties that know their stuff and can step in when parents might not be able to. And these are my good friends who I know very well, and I just thought collectively we'd be able to contribute to this conversation and the podcast narrative, and just give some good auntie advice to the world.
Nice. Okay. And Farah, so could you tell us a little bit about the format of the podcast? Is it just you guys getting together, putting the world to rights? Or
I mean, yes and no. Basically,
Okay.
because we are cool aunties and we are, four amazingly powerful, strong, independent, hard-working black women in this day and age, we like to talk about all types of things. So we talk about current topics, we talk about news. I like to think that anyone that listens to the podcast will learn something from us. I most certainly learn something every week from one of the aunties. But because, as I say, we are cool and we're kind of like, I don't want to say hip to the kids because that's really not cool. But, but, we talk about gossip and stuff like that as well. That kind of thing comes up. We talk about fashion. We talk about television. We talk about everything that your cool auntie would talk about. So that's kind of the podcast. It's for women. It's almost like eavesdropping on a conversation between four good friends.
Yeah, certainly that's the impression that I got when I've sort of had a little listen to the pod, is that you clearly get on brilliantly and the chemistry is just there from the moment you press record, and I imagine that's what people get from it. So Nana, how does it work in terms of, some people are interested in this kind of thing, okay? You guys record most of your stuff online, am I right? Sort of like how we are now. So we're all in individual locations. How do you think that sort of affects like the flow of the conversation? Is it something that you guys have got used to doing, not butting in, interrupting each other, that kind of stuff? How does it work technically?
We've definitely got used to doing it now because we're going on 2 years in a couple of weeks. And at the beginning it was harder because a natural conversation flows and you do butt in and you cut in, but audio wise you can't always do that. So we've definitely got more used to being in an order and letting somebody get to a natural kind of stop and then cutting in there. Sometimes it doesn't go according to plan, but we've definitely got used to it now.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a skill that you, just with practice, you just get better and better at it. Have you recorded any episodes together since like restrictions have eased a little bit, and have those gone okay? How do they tend to go?
We've definitely come together. We had our 1 year anniversary where we came together. That was a celebration of us, rising during the pandemic and during lockdown, and being able to sustain and maintain and continue. So we came together for our 1 year anniversary, which was really, really good. And then we've done one or two get-togethers where they're kind of informal episodes. We realised that being a bit more informal, letting our natural friendship chemistry and our natural personalities come out a lot more, that really works when we come together. So we do a little bit away with the script and just do what naturally come to us. So yeah, we have been able to do that. It's easier because we're in literally 4 corners of London, and we all have, as Auntie Farrah alluded to, very, very busy schedules. So doing it online has been a lifesaver for us to be able to get together and do this regularly. But getting together, you can't beat us being together in one space. It's just a different energy that flows.
I bet you get all overexcited initially, and then have to remember, hold on, we're doing a podcast. We all need to take it in turns.
Yeah, it could be a little bit like that.
That's like you was there the last one that we was doing.
Yeah.
It was a bit like that.
Yeah.
We spoke for ages before we did the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were you recording?
We did, and then people were like getting distracted by some people were doing karaoke, and
I mean,
some people were drunk, some people weren't.
Oh no!
What will happen is that we'll have the Aunties Could Never lost tapes. We know.
That's the stuff that the listeners want to hear, though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. Yeah.
They want the chaos. They want the stuff where they feel like they actually are just a fly on the wall before you press record and all that kind of stuff. Nice. All right. So, I know that you've, I think you had quite a big milestone recently in terms of your listeners. And I'm interested, Sade, do you think, you're all based in London. Obviously, that's a great city for podcasting, especially live podcasting. We've got London Podcast Festival happening, all sorts of different events. You guys consider getting up on stage together, the 4 of you, and doing something?
Absolutely. I think it's just the natural progression. We're all big characters in our own right as well, so I kind of see us as like a podcast mature girl band basically, and we need our time on stage. That's what we that's what we're going. Actually, what was it? Aunties with Voices is like our
that's the name of our actual group, Aunties with Voices.
So we want to do, although me and Auntie Farrah probably won't be involved, but Auntie Nana and Auntie AK probably will do some sort of vocal performance. Not sure if it's going to be enjoyed, but they're probably committed.
Everybody will enjoy it. We have beautiful voices.
Yeah,
I think they'll enjoy it for the wrong reasons. You know that phrase, laughing at you rather than with you? That kind of springs to mind.
Adam, can I call you Uncle Adam whilst you're amongst the aunties?
Of course. That's
now,
a dream come
Uncle
true.
Adam, you just need to understand that Auntie Nana and I are world-class singers, and think Beyonce, think Auntie Nana and Auntie AK.
And then think the total opposite of Beyonce, and then that's where you get.
I mean, if I need to understand that, then I probably need to hear it. But
honestly, we haven't warmed up this morning, so this is
really early in the morning for us.
You guys should sing Aunties Getting Your Business.
Yeah, say it with your chest. Sing it. Sing it with your full chest. Sing it.
Here we go.
So we have a section on the podcast called, Aunties Know Best and Aunties Getting Your Business. When we have a guest, we say Aunties Getting Your Business, because your cool auntie always wants to know what's going on with you. Mm-hmm. So I will open up and start with Aunties getting your business, aunties getting your business, aunties getting your business, aunties getting your business.
You were right.
Every week.
That is just like Beyonce.
Voices.
She does a little table slap before she starts.
Thank
as well.
you.
I would just like to say here and now that I didn't think that could possibly get any worse. But you girls, you really rose to the occasion there. Well done. Congrats.
I know.
Well
this whole thing is supposed to be getting people to listen to your podcast.
Uncle Adam, watch yourself.
Oh dear.
We actually, just to say, we have actually done a live show once, and I think the response was really good. It was a small crowd, but I think we engaged the audience, and I definitely think, as Auntie Sade said, we have got the characters and the personality to go live and entertain an audience. It works really well. I think I might be biased.
No, I could see that. So you just referenced as well guests, having guests on in the past. Farrah, could you perhaps tell us about some of the guests you've had? I saw on a very recent episode you had Marvin from Dope Black Dads.
Yep.
Who else have you had?
He's been on
What
twice.
kind of
We
people
did a Aunties After Dark show, and he graced us with his presence on that. But we have been very lucky to have some super, super amazing people. We've had Kelechi on as well. We've had Lady Phil on. We've had Dane Baptiste on. We've had Swiss when he was launching Black Pound Day. So we've had like some amazing people. We've had Richie on from BBC One Extra. We've had him on, Richie Brave. So it's just been, the people that have come on, they're really, really interesting. And, we've just been so fortunate that they like what we're doing as well. And every show that we've had guests on has been, the response has been great. They've come with some great energy. They get us. It's just, we've been really fortunate.
Nice. Cool. That's amazing. That's quite the list, I think. And I mean, you're coming up to a big milestone now as well, aren't you, with your episodes? Episode 100. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Auntie Nana, do you guys have any big plans for that episode 100? I mean, I'm not sure that might be coming out around the same time that this episode comes out on Pod Bible. Ooh. Have you got big plans? Are you keeping things under your hats?
Episode 100 is going to be like a review show of our favourite episodes along the journey. Nice. So we'll be going over like our best moments. It'll be a show like that. And then we have our 2-year episode as well. And that's going to be a surprise. But that's a couple of weeks afterwards.
Okay, cool. So that means that, I mean, just doing the basic maths, 100 episodes in 2 years is pretty much bang on an episode every week. So you haven't really missed a week, or maybe you took Christmas off or something like that. How's that worked?
Yeah, we've pretty much been consistent, which is a testament to us and how we work. We've been consistent, maybe 1 or 2 breaks, and then if one of us is not available, I mean, I had COVID at one point last year and the girls rallied. I mean, I think we took a break then, but it's just the support that we show each other, and we make, we have clear conversations about, okay, should we go live, should we not, should we take a break and stuff like that. But we have been pretty consistent, and it's just amazing that we've been able to do it, especially as we started during lockdown, and especially as we keep referencing, we are very busy women in our daily lives, and the fact that we have committed to doing this every week. Few schedule changes here and there, but we have all been committed as best we can. It's just, I'm really proud of the ladies in coming on this crazy journey with me.
Amazing. Cool. Well, yeah, I think sometimes when you've got 4 of you, obviously, if somebody needs to drop out, then you've still got 3 people. Yeah, and then the listeners get those different dynamics. I'm sure things slightly shift and change when one of you isn't there. Yeah. Then, you can just spend the whole episode talking about that person. So perfect. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. We've been trying to arrange this for a little while, so I'm really pleased that we managed to make it work. And we're going to have each of you back on to recommend a podcast as well, so listeners have got that to look forward to. But yeah, in the meantime, they should get downloading Your Aunties Could Never. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.